Hi everyone, thanks for joining. Today I will be discussing about mental illness and how to check in the horoscope through KP Astrology. Alright, so before I start, let me tell you that last year I wrote a blog on mental illness when due to COVID situation in the world and lockdown, I saw people were actually going through fears and anxiety and they were facing different kind of mental issues and different reasons, different levels. So it's important to understand the seriousness and take best solution so that it does not increase and take another level. So now in the horoscope, first of all you have to check that Aries sign, as this is the first house of the natural zodiac. And this house, the Aries sign, it represents the brain, intelligence and head region. So planets posited here makes the person work and take decisions. And Mars is the Karaka of first house. So therefore, if afflictions to this sign and Karaka planet Mars plus Lagna Lord is afflicted, this can result in mental illness. And then Virgo sign, as this is the sixth Lord. Virgo sign is the sixth Lord of natural zodiac. So check this sign as this can cause problems. And in KP combinations, you have to see the first house cuspal sublord if Rahu and it links with 5th house, 6th house, 8th house and 12th house. And the 6th house cuspal script, it links with 3rd house, 5th house, 7th house, 8th house, 9th house and 12th house. Now 3rd house. What is 3rd house? See, 3rd house is to check the lower mind of an individual. It is a Kam Bhava, but it is 8th from 8th. So it causes pain. And since Mercury is the 3rd lord of the natural zodiac, so the communication and decision making and even the way you perceive things. So here Mercury plays a role, 3rd house plays a role. And if 3rd lord is related to disease house or afflicted, then the person has a sluggish mind. And this kind of mind becomes prone to all kinds of mental diseases. And Mercury here plays a major role because Mercury governs the conscious mind. Next see Moon. This is the main planet. And Moon represents water element. And if Moon is with Rahu or Saturn or Mercury, then it can give mind related issues. Okay, so then let me tell you about the 8th house, because 8th house involvement with the 1st house and 6th house. And 8th house, it can give stress, pains and at times chronic diseases. Then the 12th house involvement with 1st house and 6th house will take you towards 12th house things. So here it isolates a person, and now if positive, one can be in foreign country, and if serious afflictions, then rehab center, hospital. And finally the most important, 5th house. See, 5th house, 5th lord and Karaka Jupiter. This has to be analyzed very carefully because Jupiter and 5th house, it indicates your intelligence, wisdom and your analytic skills. And if afflictions in this house, then even if 5th lord is also afflicted, then it results in stress, anxiety and sadness. And these are the early stages, and if not treated timely, it can turn into acute mental illness. So now let's discuss this with this example chart. And this is a chart of a guy who lost his job last year in COVID, lost his job, lost the relationship, and then at the same time, a lot of liabilities. So in a weak state of mind, or can say depressed. Now here, first of all, we will see the 1st house cuspal script. Now you have to note down the Virgo sign, Mars and Rahu. Okay. Then note down that Rahu is coming at the 3rd house cuspal script also. 3rd and then 7th, and then 9th. Then see 6th house script. It is Aquarius, that is Saturn, Jupiter, Sun. Now let's see first house cuspal script. First house cuspal sublord is Rahu. So now we have to check Rahu script and this horoscope. And as we see that Rahu is the self-significator, meaning it has the power to give results at the star level also. And if you see that Rahu, as we noticed that it was the 3rd house, 5th plus 7th house cuspal sublord, and it is also coming at the sub level of Venus, Mars and Saturn plus Mercury. And so Rahu has a power to grab your attention and give anxiety and unnecessary fears and psychiatric issues. And here it is, since it is ruling all the major planets, so this means that this personality is influenced by Rahu, and Rahu it brings cloudiness in mind and makes one self-engrossed and give huge stress. And Rahu, it explodes the energy, and the results can vary from anxiety issues to depression. And see, Rahu, it represents smoke, so it can put a false layer on intelligence and makes one feel frustrated in life decisions. And see, 5th house, it represents love and passion. And Rahu here makes hasty judgments and commit mistakes. And if we see 6th house cuspal sublord is Sun, and Sun, the star is Ketu. So even Ketu is showing the link with 6th house and 8th house, plus the source is 12th house. So it is also showing negative combinations, and Ketu disease cannot be diagnosed easily. Generally it is unknown. As Ketu has no head, so the disease will not be visible. So it can be hormonal imbalance and or brain related issue. Remedies part. First of all, I will share my viewpoint that if a person is in pain or depressed, it can be any reason: health, wealth, relationship. So now there are 3 levels to be checked. So the first level is understand your mind body type, that is Vata, Pitta and Kapha. So either get it checked from Ayurveda practitioner, or you can check yourself to get some idea about your body type. I've written a blog on how to check your mind body type on my website. See if this helps. And if Vata, then anxiety and fear is more. If Pitta, then aggression, and then if imbalance, they disturb others emotionally. And Kapha, then depression. As here one does not release the negative thoughts, so either they cry or get depressed. So to balance the dosha, take the right food, that is ahar, then focus on right thoughts, vichar, and then inculcate right habits, action, behavior, that is vyavhar. So bring this to balance, then check Vastu and do the basic balancing. And especially here we are talking about mental illness. So the north zone is governed by water element. So there should be no anti-element in the north zone. And you can see how to check the north zone, how to remove the anti-element stuff from the north zone. Then check Astro Vastu. Like in this chart, Jupiter, Venus is going on. Like Jupiter is Mahadasha and Venus Antardasha. You have to focus on the running dasha. So Jupiter is aspecting at the 10th house, 180 degree. So Jupiter is also aspecting 7th house with 90 degree aspect. This is a 90 degree, this is 180 degree, and this is 30 degree each house. Okay, so okay, and since this is aspecting 10th house, 180 degree, so 10th house of karma, so job was affected. Then 7th house, relationship. And if we see Antardasha Venus, this is aspecting the moon, 30, 60, 90. So Antardasha, Venus is aspecting Moon. So serious afflictions on Moon and Mercury. And even Jupiter is aspecting Mercury. Mercury is also afflicted here. So if we see serious afflictions on Moon and Mercury, now we have to remove the Jupiter stuff from north of northwest. Like Jupiter, remove heavy stuff, heavy Jupiter related stuff. It can be yellow color thing, religious books, or guru pictures, mentor pictures. Here you have to recognize Jupiter related stuff. See, this is the main thing to catch. Generally, people are not able to recognize things. They are hidden. These energies are hidden, which are actually having effect on our subconscious mind. And you have to remove these things. And even same thing will be applied at the north of northwest. So both these places, you have to remove Jupiter stuff. Like in this case, in this chart. So generally, the running dasha, you just have to catch the running dasha, catch the sign where it is having negative impact. Now next, Venus is aspecting Moon. So Moon, this is Leo sign. So that is 8th of northeast. So this is zone of happiness. So this is afflicted by Venus. So maybe you can say due to wealth, due to relationship, mind is disturbed. And so I asked them to check if Venus stuff and also remove the unnecessary clutter from the zone, because this is a very important zone. If a person is depressed, you have to check this east of northeast. Okay, then focus on Lagna planet, the Lagna sign. Remove the unnecessary clutter from this sign, like in this case Virgo. This is the north zone. So here you can keep stuff related to Mercury to enhance this zone, to strengthen this zone. You can keep Mercury stuff here. And Mercury stuff like stationery, plants, or green color, or even music system. And Ketu is aspecting with 60 degree and Moon is aspecting with 30 degrees. So these two are the positive aspects. Okay. Ketu includes objects like books related to mysticism, yoga, or self-development. And Moon, either put mother's pick or keep water here, or white color can be added in this zone. See, this is north zone, so this needs attention. And then avoid 8th house sign, east zone, and east northeast. These two directions should be avoided to sleep. And it is better if you balance your north direction and sleep in the first house sign direction. This is north zone, so it is better if you opt for this north zone. Take the bedroom direction over here, especially your head position should be here. Then it will help you, and before that you have to declutter this zone. So this way I have shared my analysis on mental illness combinations and then the solutions. And do try doing these remedies, looking at your horoscope, and don't think that this will not work, because these energies are so strong that they stop you from getting rid also. So there's no harm. You can try and do share your experience in the comment section. And always remember, if you are feeling low, either talk to someone or connect your energy to your higher self through meditation. Take good care of yourself and don't allow negative thoughts to rule you. And focus on good things, and you will attract all positive things. Have a beautiful life.